Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be episode 8 of Parcel Simulator, as you saw, day 25. It is Thursday in game, and there's quite a bit I want to do. I'm going to do most of it off camera. I just wanted to come over here. I saw in some of the patch notes that you may be able to pet the cat, but that hasn't been implemented yet, apparently. So I'm going to go ahead, clean up after Mr. Kitty and his party. Looks like Wednesday night was a small party for him. We're going to go ahead and get in here. I'm pretty sure I covered all the upgrades that we did, all the work and everything that we did in the last episode, in episode 7. I want to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to do that off camera, but I wanted to get in here and get the intro taken care of real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get to work on all this. I'm also going to grind away a few days just to get some money up, because we need more of these machines, and they're not cheap. We're going to need at least 2 more sets of almost the entire run. We already have the pre-sorters in place. I don't know if we're going to bother with the pre-storage like what we have over here or not. Haven't decided on that just yet. And the last thing I'm thinking about doing is actually coming down here. It's going to be a big job, but I want to move this whole system over 1, maybe 2 spaces. I don't know how well that's going to work because the door, if we move over 1, that's going to be pretty tight. So I may not be able to do that. Actually, I may put 2 more racks coming off the back of these, just so packages aren't getting backed up trying to get onto the rack. That might be our best bet. But I will definitely see you all when that is done. Alright, so after quite a bit of upgrading, we've got a new sorting system in place. Actually have 2 new sorting systems in place. I just ran through a day. Here we are at the end of the day. As you see, there's still a few packages coming out of the system there, but both these systems are working pretty well. Quick little walkthrough. This side, denials are going to the right. Pre-denial combines with regular denials. Approvals come around. I do have them skipping around here. I need to put a turn in there instead of having this joiner. But then they come around, join back into the line. I did that just so it would skip over the contents inspection. I didn't see a point in having pre-approved packages getting a contents inspection, similar to what I ended up doing over there. This one starts off actually pretty far back. Approved goes to the right, denied to the left. Approved comes around, goes over top of the non-labeled, merges in, goes on down, and then it comes back through, and it actually ends up joining in way down here with other approves. And it's actually the approval line off that one is where the pre-approval here comes in. Denied comes across the bridge, or sorry, denied comes out over there on this side, goes under the bridge, goes all the way down, and we have been bottlenecking here because both pre-denied lines and actually the denied line there all come through this denied, and then denied from here. So this line at this point has 3 rows or 3 bays worth of denials, and it bottlenecks pretty bad. I'm going to try and improve that. I'm just going to run a few more days and grind up some more money. Pretty sure we are almost completed. Now we got, looks like 2 packages way over there. So we'll take a look and see what we've got. Got 1 there ready to go. Got 1 short here. So let's see what we have. That's an approval going to road. That's an approval going to road. So let's help our system out a little bit. long. That should submit automatically. 16, and it is submitting. Alright, I don't see anything else moving in the system, so I'm going to go ahead and send off what we've got. It's going to be a bit of a waste here, but because I have to close this line down, because tomorrow is Saturday, and as everybody knows, we only do road on Saturday and Sunday. Gotta go ahead and close that line off. We are halfway filled up, it looks like, on our maritime, but this is a whole week's worth of maritime, just about. I do have 2 large pallets over here, just in case this fills up. I can start packing them up. Same thing with air. We'll go ahead and submit air, pause our conveyor, let that fill up, and if it gets too full, we've got 2 large pallets. And then we've got this denial rack down here. Go ahead and submit it. Do not have a pauser, don't need a pauser. And we are sitting at 36,155. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here. Because we don't have a buffer system on these, I want to go ahead and upgrade as many of these first as I can. We're going to head to bed, and then we'll be finishing up, or I'm going to grind out the weekend, sorry. Here comes our totals. As you saw, we were sitting over 500 packages submitted, so I made a total of $60,000. Did have some expenditures in there. As I said, I'm going to go ahead and grind through the weekend, and I'll see you in a few days, hopefully when I have the system more upgraded. Here we are at the end of Sunday, day 28. Did a little bit of upgrading, a little bit of modifications, spent a little bit of money. Just wanted to show off our approvals or our submissions. Here we are, Monday, day 29. Clean up after the cat's party real quick. You should have seen the mess out here Friday night. Almost this whole parking lot was full. We're gonna come out here. I just want to show everybody the mess that we ended up with. So, air, maritime, didn't do too bad. Only ended up with 1 pallet for each, and the buffer system isn't completely full. But if we come down here to rail is where the mess is. So, got 1 rack is empty. We have 4 pallets full for rail. We're going to go ahead and unlock this, and I'm going to go ahead and put all these in. The only thing we're running today, I believe, is rail and road. Yes, rail and road. So we don't have to worry about those. We'll deal with those when the time comes. As far as modifications to the system, like I said, didn't really do much. I've upgraded most of this equipment to tier 2. And then over here where we had a series of bridges, I removed the bridges for this run. Moved the bridges to go across here because I was noticing a big delay there. And then I added a smart splitter here. So it's going down and combining with the other denied line, because this denied line only has 2 running on it. The denied line down here has 3 running off of it. I do have a plan to tear apart this entire system. I'm going to try and get it included into this episode, but I want to tear apart the entire system, rebuild the entire thing, and see if we can't get a much smoother, much more efficient system going. Alright everybody, this is after quite a few hours of work. You'll have to forgive my little pedestal here. I'm going to clean this up before we get started. But we have redesigned our entire system. We have all rows coming together. We have buffers built into each of the delivery bays, 4 per. I'm not going to walk through each and every one of these. Basically, everything comes in, gets stored, and as the storage starts to fill up, it starts kicking it out. Nothing is upgraded either at this point. That's going to be some of the things I work on as we go through. They're going to come around to here. We got bay 1 here, bay 2 there. 1 being the far one there, 2 being this one. Their denials are going to be pushed together. If I can get up on top of this thing without actually falling on the ground. All the denials are going to run together here. They're going to come out and work their way down. Over here, I took a contents inspector and popped it here. That's for this row here and this row here. That one over there has a contents inspector there. And as they pass or fail, they get kicked out to their prospective locations or respective locations. If we come down here, this run here or this bay here and this one here come together to the contents inspector here. If they fail, they come back to this line, which is a denial. Denials I've kept on the ground because I figured there's more packages being denied than there are total of being processed through and approved. And it seems like any of the bridges have a bit of a lag time and they kind of mess up the flow of things. So I'm trying to keep it as bridge free as possible and only on the approvals because, as I said, there's less packages on the approvals. But we're going to go ahead and start the day. And I'm going to run it for a little bit just to show you guys how everything's working. Also, for each of our systems or each of our submission areas, we have a total of 10 storage racks. And I need to check our cargoes. And just give you an idea about how much this cost. I started off around 130,000 and I'm down to about 4,500 now. Today we're running road, rail, and air. So air is unlocked. Maritime is locked. Get over here, get all this stuff off. I will go through and paint the rows as well. Road is unlocked. Rail is unlocked. As you see, road, rail, air. So we are good to go and get the day started. I'll go back here and start it from back here. While that's running, I want to show you this. I was going through the upgrades and I noticed that conveyor deliveries had 2 more blips on it. I went ahead and hit those. As you see, we have upgraded conveyor going all the way back into the truck. And some of these I'm noticing are upgraded. I must have kept some of this equipment. I thought I sold everything off and then started over from scratch. Guess not. But there we go. We're starting to get things into the system. I heard the beeps. Actually, that might have been just the bay doors back there. Yeah, nothing's even hit a machine yet. That one right there is going to be the first one. And as I said, most of these machines are not upgraded. I don't believe any of them are actually upgraded. But we will go through and upgrade all those later. We're going to try and make it through at least one day. I'm going to go through and sell our bridges, mergers, things like that, and see how things go through this system, how it works and everything. There we go. We got 1 denial coming down the middle run. Got some more denials already kicked out. Got a pre-approval coming through. We have a sticker checker or a sticker applier right there, right before our sorter. That's going to sort between air going that way, maritime going straight, and other coming off the right. Other will go across the bridge to another sorter. Rail going over there, or road going over here, and rail going over this way. The only one that does not have a buffer system built on it is road, but that's because road runs every day. And I'll see y'all at the end of the night. Alright everybody, here goes my last few packages. They're slowly working their way down here into our buffer. And it's going to take forever for that thing to get actually through all that. As I said before, it's got 10 racks it's got to go through. But that should be all our submissions in for the day. Looking at about 700 packages processed in one day, and that was running road, rail, and air. There's another upgrade that I took. As you see, flooring, I went ahead and picked that up when I was going through getting some upgrades. And I did go through, our profit up there at the top isn't our full profit because I was going through and upgrading different conveyors, things like that, trying to just take care of bottlenecks and jams. I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go in right here. I'm going to put a smart splitter. Go ahead and pull that out just so I know it's there. And probably do the same. Actually, we'll do a smart splitter right here. And that way we can run a line off this way. We'll go ahead and bridge it. Probably put a bridge in right in here somewhere. That way we can go underneath those and we'll take it down to our denial chute on the far end down there. And this one we'll run it down along the side. Have to do some cleanup in the system just so we can make it work. But we'll get it down there as well. And that way we've got another denial running in. Just trying to alleviate some of the clutter that we end up with. We might keep it as just one. Splitting off one run might be enough to get us through. Alright, I got a few upgrades taken care of here, folks. Got our smart splitter, so it'll prioritize whichever line has the least packages on it. Brought that up to a bridge, just that way we're not bogging down on our denials. Denial line runs all the way down here, goes under our input for the air, goes through a sticker maker, and into the chute. So I'm going to go ahead and turn in, bring up our nightly report, wait for the nightly report to come in. There we go. Money spent $170,000. That was all my upgrades, new pieces of equipment, just where I went through and sold everything off and then basically restarted. Let's see what kind of mess our cat made. A little bit, not much, not the worst I've seen, that's for sure. Still won't let us pet him. That's definitely something they need to fix. I might do a bug report on that, just see if they hurry up and allow us to start petting the kitty. Let's go to cargo type. Today is road and rail only. Oh, that's just awesome. So we're going to keep that paused. Run over here. Pause that. Alright, let's go ahead and start the day. And yeah, there is a fully upgraded machine right there. That one's upgraded. Some of these are upgraded, as you can see. Looks like all these are tier 2. That one is somehow made it to tier 3. But as the day goes on, I'm going to try and get as much of this upgraded as we can. It's not going to be cheap because we have approximately 30 machines. It is 10,000 to go from tier 2 to tier 3, 5,000 to go from tier 1 to 2. So it's going to cost us around 300,000. But now that everything is starting to move through the system, I'm going to go ahead and pause there, finish the day out off camera, and I'll be back with you at the end of the day. So we're at the end of the night. I went through and repainted quite a bit. Pretty self-explanatory. The green is approved, final approval. The red is denied and final denial. Not that there's, once one thing's denied, it's pretty much said and done. If you notice, there's another color in here. I was wanting to do like a yellow, but I couldn't find one. There's a couple other colors. Were all way too close to the red. And even this, as you can see, is pretty close to that red, but it's the only color I could find that wasn't blue, and that is unsorted. So as it goes through, as you see, even coming through pre-approval, which actually I could probably go ahead and change that to green because it is pre-approved, but it does come over here and go through our contents inspector. So it is kind of a waste of time and space to do that, but I figured it's a lot easier to do that than try and set up a system to I'd have to set up another basically approval checker and then this on the approval line. It'd be kind of difficult to set that up, I believe. Something I may do in the future, just to see what kind of upgrades this game gets. But I'm going to turn in for the night, see what we did, and then tomorrow I'm going to run another day. Tomorrow is going to be air, rail, and road. So I can come down here, which actually I cannot unlock that. I'll have to unlock it in the morning. Or actually it'll be this one. But I don't want that to try and submit today. That's going to stay locked. So let's head to bed, see what the day brings us. And here we are, summary for day 32. Spent quite a bit of money again, but that was mainly taking care of the paint. Haven't bothered with any upgrades yet. Also, we had a $500 bill. Day 33. Got a little bit cleaned up from the cat's party. Let's go ahead and get the day started. We can run over here and we can flip that switch there. And now the system's running. I'm going to progress the day, and we're actually going to go through. I do need to do some upgrades. So I'm going to upgrade that to max. Upgrade that to max because it's a type of sorter. That's where one of our hang-ups is at. And there we go. That should speed things up in our system quite a bit. And we're going to sit back and wait and see what happens. Alright, so here we are Sunday night. Got most of our packages through the system, but as you see, we're jamming up on rail. And it is backed up. We still have packages over there on our first buffer. That row there is almost done, but everything's still backing up, and it's all because of rail. And we had somehow something slipped through the system on us. Because it's all automated. We don't mess with any of that anymore. Got another bill, $500. Go ahead and take care of that. I want to go look at cargo type. So tomorrow we'll have road and rail. Maritime should make it through. Run down here. Air should definitely make it through. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to bed, get up in the morning, and I'll unlock rail so it'll start pushing through. That should clear the rest of this out, and then once everything starts to clear our sorters, then I'll initiate the next day. So give me just a few seconds. Well, a few seconds for you guys. It's going to be about 30 seconds to a minute for me. Didn't send too many through. Yeah, that was a pretty light day for us. But here we are, day 36. Go ahead and clean up after the cat's party. Partying on a Sunday. let's run over here. We got some stuff still trying to work its way through. But since that's valid now, we're going to go ahead and unlock that. Let everything start running through. I'm going to go back to my little perch here. I'm going to watch because there's not really a whole lot I can do until that all moves out of the way. Like I said, once the packages hit the end of our sorting system over there, then I'll trigger the next day to actually start. And maritime and aviation are still locked out. You can see the little red blip right there, and right in there, and there. So they're locked out on the pausers. As you see, they're not going to be running today, so we're not going to worry too much about them. Alright, so I got that jam cleared up. I've noticed if you have packages on your conveyors and you go ahead and end the day by going to bed, sometimes they jam up. I guess the game just forgets where packages are or that they're supposed to be moving or something like that. Not quite sure what it is or what's going on there. But we've got packages through our sorting system. I'm going to go back here, start the next day. And that's now running. Also, all of our sorters are max upgrade. If we go to the tablet real quick, come down here, billing, we have no bills. License, all the licenses are unlocked. All the parcel types are unlocked. We have all the upgrades. We even got flooring, and if we go into the shop, go under decorations, we've got wall paint. So just killing some time, I went ahead and I painted the walls. Did a kind of concrete tile look. And I'll run out here to the outside real quick. And I tried to do the outside. The game only lets you go so far. And I was not able to get this one. Can't do anything over there. You can't leave this little area. The only other place that you can go outside at least that I've found, without glitching. I know Let's Game It Out actually made it up on the roof. And then I did this corner here all the way around to there. But the gate opens for you, does not let you out. So hopefully that's something they work on in later updates on this game. But I believe I'm going to wrap it up there. This will be the final episode of this series. Go over here to our cat for a little bit. See. There we go, that works. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.